What's up, guys? Here with another review of the MK11 Baraka, and this is the newer Baraka with the outfit on the top, and this is fun. So one of his spikes came out of the little spot there, and it is in his neck. Uh, Talk about a fatality, right? So, okay, so let's see what we're looking at here. So let's get closer. We got some really good paint application on the face. Looks really good, right? So we got some. Looks like a wash to fill in the creases there, red wash. So we got some variations in skin tone too, which look really good. The teeth look phenomenal. Okay, you got a brain in there. Okay, it looks like the chest is a little glossier than the original, which, curious, it means there might be more of a sealer or a finish on it of some type. Okay, you got cool little gauntlets there. Or not gauntlets, wrist wraps. Okay, got a cool little thing there. Good textures, good details. They put a lot of work in this one, which I think is really cool. You have dry brushing on the horns there on the side. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, cool. So that's it from the front. Here we go from the side, from the back, and this is just the generic packaging with Scorpion on the back. 22 points of articulation. You have Scorpion on the side there as well. Perfect. So let's open this up and see what we are looking at. So here is Baraka out of the package, and it's looking pretty good. So it's definitely got some really cool things that the old one didn't have, but also there's a few things that I think were a little bit better on the older one. So let's kind of talk about this real quick. So first, here's the older one. I think the brain looks a little more realistic, a little better in my opinion. There's the face. Okay. You got the skin tone there, which is a matte finish. It's not shiny. You have this one, has a little bit shinier finish on it, but look at the face. This face is so much better, right? That's the big difference, right? So see what they can do when they do like a nice red wash over the top of it. Like that makes a huge difference, because I thought this one looked pretty cool, but then seeing that one, I'm like, wow, made a big difference. So that's one cool thing about it. The top on it, the shirt, I think looks really good. The spikes in it is the same. You have the wrist wrap that is gray instead of white. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is I don't really like this part here. So as you can see, they went with brown on everything and just added some silver highlights. Here, look, they went with different tones. They had the brown, but they also had kind of like this maroonish color going throughout. I just think that adds some extra detail and some depth that I think they could have totally done on here, but it's, I don't know, I guess maybe they were trading for it, right? You're adding this, so maybe you take away a little color here to save some money, or maybe you're adding this, so you take away from that, right? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. I just like the color differentiation on this on the original one. But like I said, like as far as face goes, I'm glad I got the new one, because the new one's face looks much better. Like I said, that wash makes a huge difference. So both figures are cool though, and I know Baraka, right? There's a whole Tarkatan clan, right? So right, we can always make this one like the actual Baraka, right? And the other one kind of one of the clan members, which is kind of cool too. So overall, pretty sweet figure. Okay, here we go. Let's get into the articulation here. So the head, Baraka's head moves up about that far, moves down pretty far like that. You got a really good neck pivot, so I'm a really big fan of how much you can pivot this. Then you get really good rotation there as well. Now the shoulders go up about that far. You do have bicep swivel, which is nice. And then you have double jointed elbows, so you can get in some pretty cool poses. You do have an ab crunch, but this material is kind of over the top of it, so it only goes back that far, only goes forward that far, but you can still kind of rock it forward a little bit, right? He's got a little hunch there, and then you can definitely get the rotation. Legs go up about that far. You got double jointed knees, so you can get to some pretty good positions there. You have ankle articulation, ankle pivot, and toe articulation, and you do have an extra pivot up here as well. So, hold on just a sec. There we go. So you can rotate it side to side. So that's pretty nice there. So it does have that thigh swivel that a lot of the characters don't have from McFarlane. So overall, the articulation is okay. So I love the head articulation. Shoulder and arm articulation is good per usual. And leg is okay, but this material gets a little bit in the way. And yeah, just not much ab crunch. Now, take the previous model here. Right, so obviously the same articulation everywhere else, but if you look, because it's exposed, you can lean it up a little bit further, right? You get that much, then you can bend it forward a little bit, And you get this extra rock in there that you don't get with the clothed version. So I guess it's kind of preference. I think overall, as far as details go, I think I do like the new one a little bit better as far as details. I think it's worth it if you just had to pick one. But it is nice to kind of have that little bit of articulation too. Okay, here's a size comparison of some of the MK11 figures. So we have the Batman Who Laughs in the middle. We have Baraka next to him on the right. We have Scorpion on the right to him. We have Liu Kang on the left and Shao Kahn. So pretty good diversity of size here. So when you look up close, Batman Who Laughs probably stands about the shortest besides Scorpion. I think Scorpion, he was one of the first releases. He stands a little bit shorter than I think he should be, because he's definitely the shortest one up here. Now, Baraka stands, I think, second tallest. Right, you have Liu Kang, who stands a little bit taller than the Batman Who Laughs, but not by much. And Shao Kahn, that stands quite a bit taller than all of them, which he should, right? Okay, so here is Kotal Khan, Noob, Cybot, and Sub-Zero added to the mix here. So size comparison. So I think Kotal Khan is a little short, by the way. He stands about the same height as Liu Kang and just slightly taller than the Batman Who Laughs. So I think that's kind of interesting. Noob Cybot stands slightly taller than Scorpion, but not by much. And then you have Sub-Zero that stands a little bit shorter than Liu Kang, but same, not by too much there. Okay, and here's Katana, Cabal, Johnny Cage, and Raiden added to the mix here. So we have Johnny Cage, who stands, I think, obnoxiously tall compared to the other ones. He's taller than Kotal Khan, taller than the Batman Who Laughs, as tall as Baraka, it looks like. Taller than Liu Kang. Interesting. Cabal, you have stands about the same height as Baraka. And you have Katana, who stands, let's see, about as tall as the Batman Who Laughs. So it looks like slightly taller than Scorpion, around Scorpion's height, which I don't feel like is very accurate. And then Raiden here. So Raiden stands taller than most, I think. I think he's right there about with Johnny Cage. Obviously shorter than Shao Kahn and those. So cool, so that's a size comparison between most of the Mortal Kombat line. Okay, so final thoughts on Baraka MK11, the newer release. I think this figure is great. As far as the detail, the paint application, like I said, that face and the red wash they did over the top, looks exceptional. So I think it's really great. I think it is an upgrade from the previous figure. So, yeah, like I think the previous one, I think looks decent. But this really just accented and showed how much better it could look, right, with some extra detail in the face. So, right, the articulation is not the greatest in certain parts because of all the extra materials. But I think overall, I think the only gripes I had were, right, the front piece there could have added a little bit of color. And that's about it. Overall, the face looks amazing. Sculpt looks amazing. And they really did a great job. So I did get this one on McFarlanetoys.com for a Christmas sale for $10. So for that price, I think it's a really good deal. Even for the 2025, I'd say definitely pick it up. If you're a Baraka fan, MK11, I think this is a must-have, and this is, in my opinion, better than the original release. So, awesome. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Looking forward to next time I see you. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll keep these reviews coming. Thank you so much.